Hello and welcome back to the channel How We Move the Decimal. In today's video I am listing items to sell on eBay and I'm listing some of my kids' old clothes. So this is a Columbia full zip fleece for children. It has actually been through all three of my children and it's had its time. It's done and needs to be passed on to somebody else. I'm trying to get outerwear up now. I'm honestly trying to list all the Christmas items I have at the moment. Technically it is November 10th and I should have had my Christmas stuff listed back in September or October. The problem is I was losing my mind with work and on vacation. So I'm just trying to get it up before Black Friday sales, and maybe someone's waiting to put their Christmas tree up till after Thanksgiving, or maybe someone has a cat and they knock over a family heirloom ornament that I just happen to be selling and they need to replace it. We actually did that when my children were very little. They liked to break things and we ended up having to replace an ornament that they broke, and the ornament that we replaced, I'm fairly certain the person doesn't know we replaced it, and we bought it on eBay. So pro tip, your kids break something, replace it. Now with this, I put it as unisex. It might fall under boys, it might fall under girls. I put it as unisex. It's a bright blue. I had one boy and two girls wear it, so I just figured to do it that way. It wasn't, obviously, like, it didn't have on the tag like girl or boy. So I like to do unisex, especially on outerwear stuff. And I would consider the fleece like an outerwear. So that I will do unisex. Hats, I will do unisex. All of those things. I will say, and this is like really sad, I've sped this video up to 2 times because it took me 20 minutes to list, I want to say 10 items, because I kept getting interrupted. Even when I paused the video, because I walked away from it, it took me that much longer to list it. I'm listing a vintage lamb chop sweater. I could not get the color right on this sweater. It kept, no matter what I put on in the background, it kept wanting to photograph differently. It is a purple and pink sweater. It took me forever to even get it semi close to purple. It kept wanting to go blue, and then the pink wanting to go orange. I was having a heck of a time trying to photograph it. It also doesn't have a size. At one point it had a size, but the tag has just disintegrated. I put on there 5T because that was the size my daughter was when she was wearing it, but I do all of the measurements because it had a size. It's all gone now. This I would probably say late 80s when it comes to sweaters. Again, it's been through 2 of my 3 children and it's had its time. It must leave. The upside is my oldest is a boy, and his hoodies and even his joggers, like all of that, his sister takes. She loves them. And then the little one will take it after that. The problem is if my littlest one is going to lap my middle in size fairly soon, and that's not going to end well. My middle child will not take it well when her little sister laps her in size. And yeah, they're one size away from each other right now, which is closer than I would like them to be considering they're 4 years apart. But again, I wish I would have listed this earlier. I didn't even get it up until probably the end of October. So I wish I would have done it earlier. Maybe someone will see it and want it for a Christmas present. Maybe someone will buy it after Christmas. I will say, and I've said in past videos, I don't do most of my sales in 4th quarter. I honestly do most of my sales in 1st quarter. Yes, I have consistent sales in 4th quarter. I'm getting, like, this week unfortunately was bad. I don't know what was going on. I even ran a sale. I ran a 30% off sale that ends this Sunday, and nothing. I sold 2 items this entire week. So that's not good. The average is not good. However, one was a $40 item and one was a $50 item, which is way above my normal sell-through rate. My normal sell-through rate is around $15. So those 2 items were enough to make up for a week of sales. I will normally sell 1 item a day. I sold 1 item on Thursday and 1 item on Friday, but it was I made as much money as I would have had I sold multiple items during that week. I will say the 2 items I sold were not clothing items. If you've watched any of my past videos, the 2 items I sold this weekend was a large lot of vintage buttons that had no labels. They were just put on cards. Someone had taken them off old clothing and put them on like index cards. I had no idea where they came from. I had no idea what they were made of. I just took as many pictures as I possibly could, 24 pictures of these buttons, listed 360 buttons for $50. I took a offer of $40. I was perfectly happy with that. Again, they had no labels on them. I was kicking myself for this. These are a pair of Spanx. They're like the perfect pant or something. I didn't know I had these. I remember buying them and I thought I'd already listed them. I hadn't. They are new at tags. They sell great. Especially now, like holiday parties and stuff. Some people may be looking for some Spanx to wear their dressier pants. I did toy around with keeping them for myself, and then I saw how much they were selling for, and I was like, meh, let's let them go. I also used AI in my description. I like it because it makes my description look a lot larger. I hate it because it is fluffy. If I'm the buyer, I don't care about how perfectly brown the sweater is or whatever. I want like measurements. So I did use AI, but then I added at the end, please refer to pictures for measurements. Anything that would have been mine, I added at the end of the description. But I do like AI because it puffed the description up. I was hoping that means I would get more hits on it on eBay. It hasn't so far. So the other item I sold this week, which I sold yesterday, was vintage slides. So I sell 35 millimeter slides. I sold a lot of them for $50. Again, great sale. I had it listed way higher than that, but I wanted them gone. It was a large lot. The AI here was not working. It just would not load. It does later on when I list later, would not load while I was listing here. The slides, I was going back through, and you can look in your sales and see like where your highest sale category was. You can pick 60 days, 30 days, a year. I picked since January 1st. I wanted to see where my highest sales were. Off the top of my head, I'm taking home, so after everything, I'm taking home $3,000 so far this year, which is not a lot. Again, I'm a part-time eBayer. Of that $3,000, I want to say almost 2,000 of it was vintage slides. So that tells you how well they're doing, or at least statistically, there may be more of them in my store than other items. But they do sell. I don't know why they're selling recently. I don't know if they're like coming back. The new trend now where people are like taking pictures with film because they like the way it looks and it's like nostalgic or whatever. I don't think I would ever go back to film. I don't want to wait a week for duplicate prints. I don't want to go, oh, I hope that's a good picture. Or all of us growing up in the 80s and 90s have at least 100 pictures of the zoo. Do we need pictures of the animals in the zoo? No. We wasted money, literal money, on these pictures of animals in the zoo. It's not like we're putting them on our computer and forgetting them forever. We took the picture, we paid for the film, and then we paid again for the film to get developed. And we probably got duplicates because it was probably a vacation. I don't think I could go back to that because I like taking pictures. One thing I wish I would go back to, and this is just a personal thing, I could totally go and do it, getting prints. I miss photo albums. My children love going to my mother's house and looking at the photo albums from when I was little and other family members and stuff. They like the tangible pictures. They like it when I make scrapbooks for them. I just need to print out the photos, which is a me thing, not a societal universe thing. The AI just stopped working. So I think the AI is great when it works. I would not waste time waiting on it to show up, which is what unfortunately I did on that one. I just took too much time waiting for it to show up. I would not waste time. If it doesn't immediately show up in your description box, move on. It's good, but not mandatory. Thank you for watching my video. Please like and subscribe and have a wonderful day.